Hey, good morning. Just signing on now, running just a couple minutes behind. I hope that's okay. We're going to give it a little bit to see if anybody else jumps on, and then we're going to get going with our chair-based workout. If you're joining us today, Fridays right now, hey, good morning. If you're joining us right now, Fridays have always been our chair-based workout. That is a day for, if you've been working hard throughout the week, we've had some challenging workouts during my virtual workouts this week. If you've been working hard during the week, this is a great day to do some active recovery, to ease off on the intensity and instead to just get that body moving a little bit, loosen up those tight muscles, get things warm, work out some of the, hey, good morning, we had two more jump on, work out some of that soreness. If you have not been following along with my virtual workouts and you're just looking for a very approachable workout, something that you can do if you have maybe limited balance, limited strength, limited mobility, today is your day. Fridays every morning are your day. That's when we do a chair workout that is very approachable, very doable for anyone. Of any level, whether you're just looking for something a little easier to recover with, or whether you're looking for a workout that you can do because anything else might be a little bit too intense. That's okay. I'm glad you're here today. We're going to give it maybe about 30 more seconds or so, see if anybody else jumps back on. Now would be a great time just to make sure that you've got a water bottle. If you feel like you're going to get a little thirsty during the workout, I always encourage you to drink ad libitum. That's Latin for according to your thirst. So if you're thirsty, drink. Not thirsty, don't force yourself to drink. There's no benefit to drinking if you're not really very thirsty. Don't force it. You wouldn't force yourself to eat if you're not hungry. Don't force yourself to drink if you're not thirsty. So, hey, good morning. We had one more jump on. Fantastic. We're going to get going now. So I hope you got a chair. Chairs are really great for overcoming the effects of gravity. Without a chair, you would just fall right down to the floor, and that would be awkward. So we're gonna, and I'll mention this a few times throughout the workout this morning, you want to be sitting in your chair, nice tall posture. My back is not connected to the back of the chair. I moved a little bit forward, so I'm in the middle or even a little bit towards the front of the chair. Feet are flat on the floor. This is live stream on YouTube right now. Yeah. Mom, I am so glad you joined us today. I hope you enjoy the workout today. And I promise not to give you preferential treatment just because I'm your son. So we're going to start here on the chair, slid just a little bit forward, nice tall posture. And hey, shout out today to the Cincinnati Fire Department, whose t-shirt I am wearing today. You can't find it? Can't find what? You're here. You're here, Mom. You are watching. If you can hear my voice right now, you are watching the live stream. Are you watching me? Say yes or no, Mom. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, sitting nice and tall, we're going to reach way out to the sides and come back in and live stream on your phone. Okay. So you're watching me right now? Great. If you're having trouble seeing me, Mom, go to my Facebook page. Click on the link there. That'll bring you straight to my channel. Reach way out. Great big hug. Reach way out. Great big hug. We're going to cross hand over hand. So notice I'm going over, under, not the same arm on top every single time. And really kind of reaching out, drawing those shoulder blades into center as I reach. Almost like I'm going to feel a little bit of an arch in my back as I reach. We're going to go two more, 2 and 1. Now, I may be dating myself here, but if you remember John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever, we're going to do the disco move. We're going to reach down to the side. We're going to reach up, over. We're rotating as we do that. Down by the hip, up over the shoulder. 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 Working that shoulder muscle, working the elbow, working through the torso, the waist, a little bit through the hips. One more here, and then we're going to switch. Same thing, other side. Down by the hip, reach up, over. Down by the hip, reach up, over. Channel that inner John Travolta. I honestly don't remember what his name was in that movie, what his character's name was. But every time I think of this move, there's a movie called Mystery Men where there was a gang of evil bad guys that were called the Disco Boys. One of the Disco Boys was doing this move during that movie. It was kind of a tongue-in-cheek superhero movie. Grab two more. 2 and 1. Great. Feet together. Again, I am not connected to the back of the chair. I'm a little bit more middle or even forward on your chair right now. If you need a little stability, you can hold on to the sides of the chair. If you're just fine with your stability the way it is, fine, we're going to step. Actually, we're going to go out, out, in, out, out, in. Feet out to the sides, feet into center. Feet out to the sides, into center. Hey, we got 4 now. Welcome. If you're just jumping in now, we're just starting a little bit of a warm-up. Okay? Nice tall posture. You're not connected to the back of the chair. You're sitting a little more forward on the chair. Right now, I am really very far forward on the chair. If you need a little bit more stability because of that, hold on to the sides of the chair. One more out, out, in. And now we're going to go, let's focus this down a little bit. We're going to go ankle crossers. I'm going to cross my ankles one way, cross my ankles the other way. If you can get both feet up off the floor at the same time, great. If that's not possible for you, just cross there. Notice how I'm kind of doing a little, I don't even know how to describe that motion. Cross in front, cross in front, cross in front. If you can get both feet up off the floor, pick up and switch. You're going to feel a little bit through the midsection. You're going to feel a little bit through the quads as you pick up and switch. And again, if you need a little stability, hold right here on the sides of the chair. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. All right. So a little bit of a warm up there. We're going to roll those shoulders just a little bit. And we're going to get into our main sets of exercises. Now, just like in the past, in our previous 4 chair workouts, we're going to do 3 main sets of exercises. We're going to do a seated set, we're going to do a standing set, and then we're going to do a 3rd seated set, followed by a little cool down and stretching in the chair afterwards. So starting with our seated main set, we've done the hand behind the back, hand behind the head before, but this time we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to go back, back, head, head. So rather than doing one hand behind the back, one hand behind the head, we're going to do both, but we're going to alternate switching off. Back, back, head, head. Now, if your range of motion is such that you can't get those hands all the way back behind the back or all the way back behind the head, just reach to where you can. Even if that's hands on the hips, hands by the ears, hands by the hips, hands by the ears. Start with that. And then if you can from there, try to extend that reach a little bit. I'm going to turn the volume down on that. Computer, volume down. It was getting a little bit loud. I didn't put it that loud originally. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Nice. Sitting forward on the chair, we're going to go feet right in front of you. This one you might feel a little balance kicking in. And if you feel like you need to, just reach down and touch the side of that chair to keep yourself from tipping. But what we're going to do is we're going to lift up right leg, left hand, and then switch left leg, right hand. Right leg, left hand, and if you're holding for balance, it's this hand right here that's holding. Left leg, right hand. If you don't need help with that balance, great. Now, the goal here is to get that knee up as far as you can without leaning forward into it. You want to keep that posture nice and tall and do that march. You're going to feel that midsection engage. Let's go 2 more. 2 and 1. You're going to feel that midsection engage. You're going to feel those muscles in the tops of your legs really engage. Okay. Wide stance apart, sitting nice and tall. You want to keep that spine tall and straight, and we're going to hinge forward from the hips as far as you can to touch the floor, and then back up. Hinge forward, back up. Now I want you to see what I'm doing from the side. Hinge forward, back up. Notice I'm not bending from the upper back. I'm keeping that back as tall as I can and hinging forward from the hips, trying to get my back as parallel to the floor as I can. You might not have this same range of motion, and that's okay. Not everybody is as mobile as everyone else. Just reach forward as far as you can, even if it's here. You might feel a nice little stretch through there. And as you sit back up, you're going to feel some muscles all the way down through here working. Let's go 3 more. 3 and 2 and last 1. Great. We're going to go back up to the top of that main set, starting with hands behind the back, hands behind the head. When you're ready, 1, 2, 1 and 2. Okay, alternating, but we're going both hands instead of switching, so there's always one behind each. That makes sense what I said. That was kind of awkwardly phrased. I'm better at writing than I am at speaking, I think, sometimes, because I can think about what I'm going to say in advance. And if it comes out weird when you write it, you can always go back and change it, right? Once the words come out of your mouth, they're gone. You can't pull them back. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. We're going to do that seated march. I'm going to call this a bird dog because this is very similar to an exercise down on the floor called a bird dog. But we're not doing any floor-based exercises with these recovery workouts. It's all chair-based because I know there are a lot of people who watch these that simply can't get up and down from the floor very easily. I want these chair-based workouts to be very approachable for everyone. So we're avoiding any floor work so that you don't have to worry about whether you can get back up off the floor if you've got limited mobility. I work with a number of older adult clients who have that limited mobility. It's tough sometimes for people to get down on the floor and get back up. It makes a difference when you've got somebody there to help you up, but not everybody has that right now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching down in front. Nice wide stance. We're going to keep that nice flat back. Reach down toward the floor and back up. Remember, trying to get that back as parallel as you can to the floor. From the side, it looks like this, and back up. As parallel as you can keep it, and back up. Nice, tall, long spine is a good cue to think. Keep that spine long. You don't want to let it bend. As you do this, you might feel your weight shift a little forward onto those feet. You'll feel those feet push down into the floor just a little bit. Let's go 2 more. 2, and last 1. All right, so that was through our seated main set number 1. We're going to go into a standing set. So I'm going to have you get up out of the chair. We're going to go around back of the chair. We're going to use this chair as a base of support for these next 3 exercises. And for this first one, holding on here. Now, if you're a more advanced exerciser and you don't need to hold on to the chair, perfectly okay. You do what you feel like you're able to do today, okay? If you feel like you need the chair for some balance, either with both hands or one hand, great, you use it. We're gonna slouch to one side, slouch to the other side, shifting your weight from foot to foot and letting that hip stick out like a hula dancer. If you've been doing a lot of work through those glutes and hips this week, you're gonna feel some tightness through those sides, probably like I do. And this is gonna feel like a really great stretch. If you're somebody who has limited mobility and limited strength, this might feel like a little bit of a challenging exercise. Great exercise no matter who you are. Shifting the weight from foot to foot. We're gonna go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Next exercise up. Sideways to the chair, holding on with one hand. This is an exercise where you only go to the range of motion where you feel confident. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back with one foot, put my toe on the floor, and reach down with the other foot, other hand to the other toe, and back up. Step back, toe down, and reach. So imagine, hey, there's a penny on the floor. I'm going to pick up that penny. Okay. I've got a lot of pressure down here, which is helping me stay stable and balanced. If, for example, you don't feel like you can reach that far, that's okay. You go as far as you can, even if that's just to the knee or a little bit past the knee. But what I want you to focus on is keeping that weight on that forward leg. So right now I can feel my left foot stay planted and pushed out into the floor as I reach down and come up 2 more times. 2, and last 1. Fantastic. We're going to switch hands. Same thing other side. Always stepping back with that inside leg. That lets you really balance and control this motion. Step back, reach down for toe, and come back up. Again, if your range of motion is just that far, fine. You do what you do, you. Okay? That toe on the floor back behind you, there. That toe is your balanced toe. This foot on the floor in front of you is your weighted leg. So your body weight is pushing down through that leg. And just like with that seated chair exercise where we were reaching down and touching the floor, you want to try and keep that spine nice and long. The goal here is to try and get the spine parallel to the floor and not arch forward. We're keeping that nice and flat. As we do this once more, and back up. Fantastic. All right, that was number 2 in our standing main set. Number 3, both hands on the chair if you feel like you need some more balance and stability. Nice wide stance, as far as you feel confident going, almost awkwardly wide apart if you can. If you don't need support on the chair, that's fine. You do you. We're going to shift the weight to the side, weight on this leg, and then back up. Weight on this leg, and then back up. Keep both hands in the chair if you need to. We're just shifting the weight from foot to foot, letting that knee bend, pushing down into the floor, keeping the spine nice and tall. Working through the hip, working through the quadriceps, that big muscle in the front of your thigh, 4 big muscles really, in the front of your thigh. Getting a little bit through the ankle here. Lower leg, through the back, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Nice. Shake that out a little bit if you need to. We're going to take it up to the top of those 3 standing exercises, starting with that slouch and lean from side to side. Here we go. Slouch and lean, slouch and lean. Your hula dancer is showing. All I'm doing is shifting my weight from foot to foot, letting that hip stick out. Great for strengthening the hips if you are weak in that area, but also good for stretching the hips if you are tight in that area. Or a little from column A, a little from column B. Five, 4, 3, supporting here, 2, and 1. Nice. Next exercise, we were holding with one hand, side to the chair. We're going to step back on that inside leg. Okay. Weight is on that outside leg. Reach as far as you can, and then back up. You've got that chair here as your base of support. If you're one of my more intermediate exercises and feel like you don't need to hold on, perfectly okay. If you're a very advanced exerciser and want to kick back, go ahead and do that. But perfectly okay to put that toe down, hold on, reach down. Let's try 3 more here. 3 and 2. Now, if you can't get all these reps out, that's okay. Last one. If you need to pause partway through, if you need to stop this set before I'm done, you do you. But if you're looking to improve your strength and your balance, you got to challenge yourself a little bit. It's controlled stress on your body that helps your body adapt and overcome challenges. Only reaching as far as you feel confident going. Let's try 2 more here. 2 and 1. Great. The third exercise, holding on to both hands if you feel like you need to, if you need that extra stability, that extra support, real wide stance, shifting to one side, shifting to the other side, shifting to one side, shifting to the other side. Notice as you do that, there's a little bit of a rotation there. Your upper body wants to rotate into this a little bit. And if you've got your hands on that chair, that's going to get those shoulders opening up a little bit. Two and 1. Nice. That was twice through our standing set. We're going to come back around, come back to a seated position. If you feel like you need a drink of water, now is a great time to pause and get one. Going into our seated main set, number 3. Okay, so we're going to go palms together in front. I want you to walk like an Egyptian. We're going to push to one side, push to the other side. Now, what I've got here is I'm trying to keep a lot of pressure in between those hands, like I'm trying to squash a bug in between my hands. And I'm keeping that pressure while I move my hands from side to side. Now, imagine the Bengals. Remember the Bangles back in the 1980s? They had that song, Walk Like an Egyptian. You're going to walk like an Egyptian right here. Of course, we're not walking, so really you're going to sit like an Egyptian. And I would imagine that Egyptians actually did literally sit like this. If you look at their paintings, yeah, that could have happened. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right on. Now, I'm going to need to slide back a little bit so I don't kick my laptop over. We're going to do some seated karate kicks. So I'm sitting a little forward on the chair, nice tall posture. I'm going to kick out and reach with the opposite hand, kick out and reach with the opposite hand. Kick and reach, kick and reach. So what I'm doing is with one hand, I'm setting up my target. With my other hand, I'm karate kicking. From the side, it looks like kick, kick. Notice how I've got that toe pointed a little bit. Kick, kick, kick. Point at your target, kick it. Point at your target, kick it. Point at your target, kick it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Really working muscles through the core, through the hips, through the quadriceps. Okay. Third exercise in this seated main set. We're going to reach across and pull it in. Reach across and pull it in. Reach across, pull it in. Notice I'm shifting my weight side to side. When I do that, my hand goes down to the chair to stabilize myself. Reach way out, pull it in. Let your weight shift to the side, pull it in. If you're a more advanced exerciser and you don't need that support from the chair, great. Let that weight shift onto that leg. Reach way out to the side, pull it in. Reach way out to the side, pull it in. You need that support? Perfectly okay. Let's go 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Pull it in. All right. Going back to the top of that seated main set. We're going to hit that sit like an Egyptian. Hands together. I'm going to press my palms tight, like I've got a bug in there that I don't want to let go. I'm going to move to the side, move to the side, move to the side, move to the side. Sitting like an Egyptian. Keeping those palms really tight together. Feel those shoulders work as you push those hands side to side using resistance from each other. You might feel some muscles across the front of your chest work on this. You might feel some muscles in the upper back work on this. Really great for stretching out those forearms. 2 and 1. Karate kicks. Set up that target, kick, kick, kick. If your kick is only about that high, that's okay. We're working with the range of motion that you've got today. You got to start where you are to get where you want to go. You can get there from here. It might take a little more travel time, but you can get there from here. I'm not kicking you. No, not you either. And I'm not kicking you. I'm just kicking my imaginary opponent in the air. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach across, pull it in. If you need to brace on the chair, great. Reach way out, pull it in. Reach way out, pull it in. Bring that elbow back as you do that. Feel that core really fire. You might feel those obliques in the side a little bit. I want you to feel your weight shift onto that foot as you do this. Two and one. Nice. That concludes our third main set. Let's go into a little cool down, okay? I'm gonna focus this down so you can see what my feet are doing. I'm gonna get those ankles loosened up a little bit. I'm just gonna rock from side to side, roll it around a little bit. Just move those ankles around. Side to side, kind of rock from side to side a little bit. The technical term for this is inversion, eversion, inversion, eversion. We're just going to roll around, invert, evert as you go. Ooh, that feels good. Get those ankles really loosened up. Okay, bring this back up. Hey, how you doing? Seated nice and tall, nice tall spine. Just going to look from side to side. Turn that neck back. Somebody just called your name from a little bit back behind you. We're going to look, see who it is. Maybe they want to buy us dinner. That's a nice little surprise, isn't it? You're at a restaurant, somebody calls your name, hey, your money's no good here, I'm going to pay for your dinner. I can't say that happens to me with regularity, but I hear it happens to people. Three, and two, and one. Great. Kind of working through that neck a little bit. We're going to stretch and yawn. We do this every week. We're going to stretch down low and high, really open up. It feels good. Low and high with the other side. Stretch, yawn. And 5 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Smell the flowers, blow out the candles. Here we go, 5 breaths. And there's 5 breaths. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Mom. If you're still there, I hope you enjoyed today. Thanks for coming on and supporting your little boy. Next week, Friday, we'll do another chair-based workout. We'll do it at the same time, right about 9 o'clock. If you're joining me live right now, I hope that you have a fantastic Friday. Looks like it's going to be a nice warm day right here in south central Wisconsin. This forecast said it was supposed to get up into the 60s. Thank you, Mom. Might be a great day to get out for a walk today before we get maybe some rain later tonight, I thought I heard. So I hope you feel like today was a great workout. If you're here for kind of some gentle strength and mobility work, great. I hope you feel like you got that. And if you were here for some active recovery, I hope you feel loose. I hope you feel warm. And I will see you again next week. For more info on classes that I have coming up, make sure you check out my website, roysmalley.us, or you can go and check out my Facebook page. And there is on my website, there is going to be a list of upcoming classes you can get signed up for. They're all free for right now. Thanks. Bye.